Good evening, good morning, and good night. Welcome to Inappropriate Radio. It's your host, Tashana. Let's get into this. So, hi guys. No alien talk, no periodic table talk. This evening we will be getting back to that whenever the creator is ready for us to resume. I got a few downloads over the course of a few days, and I wasn't sure which one the creator wanted to go over first. However, there were a few points that we needed to discuss, and the creator wanted to make sure we went over these things, okay? We see you too. Okay, we see you too. If you are monitoring someone, right? I'll put it to you like this. If an energy is worth you stalking them, investing money into relics for witchcraft, to curse, hex, possess, swap, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is that you feel you're doing in the spirit to someone, believe that you are seen. Just as well as you see that person can see you, okay? If you are the one on the up and up and the more positive one in this scenario, then it's important for you to make sure you are seeing people in the spirit and not in the physical. Okay, because we talked about people being your friends in the physical but not in the spirit. And sometimes you could be missing things. Sometimes you could think a person is your enemy, but they're not, okay? So this is why it's important to view people and situations through your spiritual eyes, okay? This download brought up a lot of different concerns. The creator is moving, right? There are many rituals that are being done to prevent these new portals from shifting in certain directions, okay? So ladies, when you are on your mints, now we've covered the menstrual cycle and the different minerals that our bodies are depleted of during our cycles and things like that. But as far as the spiritual aspect goes, right, we know this is your body purifying itself, okay? So you are really vulnerable. Although we're not supposed to fast during this time, it is okay if you give your body a little extra push to purge, okay? So that means possibly just flushing out with only water to push out whatever, or eating things that only build up your cells. You know, there's different ways to enhance your genetic sequence, okay? And during the menstrual cycle, because this is the body's way of purifying itself, your vibration is really high. I know it doesn't seem that way, right? But this is the physical aspect of us. We are experiencing a lot of physical trauma, but on the spiritual side, your body is going through a lot of different metaphysical changes as a result of, you know, these different cleanses or purges that takes place when you are on your mints, okay? There's going to be heightened warfare around that time because there's an assumption that you're weaker, when in reality it is the other way around, okay? So just be aware of that, right? You might see an increase in attacks. Okay, all the classical signs are there. They blend in very well with, you know, your cycle. So being agitated, eating foods you shouldn't be eating, being exhausted, having skin irritation issues, you know, whatever. All of those things blend well with the attack, so it's a little harder to detect, okay? Now, the reason why the creator wanted to make sure we had this full understanding of what is going on as far as these portals are concerned, because these portals are moving around. Okay, this is why time is moving so fast, and this is why we're so anxious and excited, because our vibration is already connecting to things that our consciousness has yet to fall in line with. I hope that makes sense. Our spirit knows, okay, but we have to physically and actively be walking into that for it to make sense. So I want to pose a question to the people that initiate these attacks, right? How is it that you are so well informed on a person, right? You even may do things deliberately for them to possibly know that it's you. But that's not the name of the game, right? So how can you be in someone's energy so much, be so updated on all of their moves because you're spiritually and physically spying on them, and them not be aware at all? I mean, especially if you're stealing their energy, if you are monitoring them, if you're trying to block them, you're constantly in their energy, whether they know you or not. So you have to ask yourself, I'm asking, but also ask yourself, okay, how can this person not know? It's merely impossible for a person to not pick up on this type of energy. It's impossible, okay? So this is why it's important for you as a person who decides to attack people spiritually to understand that it's not that people are not aware. It's not that people are unconscious about what's going on. The thing is, the Creator doesn't allow people who steal energy to become so much of a focal point for people that He's given energy for a particular purpose. I hope I'm not losing anyone, okay? If God created someone to do something in particular, He's not going to allow their energy that He gave them for one thing be exhausted on another. And we spoke about free energy, okay? We spoke about free energy. We spoke about free energy in multiple aspects, right? We spoke about it and with it being in the universe, and how the witching hours, which is typically from 12 to 6, okay, with the largest window being open from 3 to 5, 3 a.m. to 5 a.m., but 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. are the witching hours, and this is mainly where a lot of the different activity goes on. And in the ethers, there's a bunch of free energy to gather because most of the world is sleeping, and there's a bunch of different portals being open at one time. We spoke about it in that aspect, and then we also spoke of the free energy that the Creator uses to set people up to still, just to see what they're going to do with their energy. Okay? Now, this basically is the energy that you have, that you've used, okay? You have to pay it back, especially if the person you got the energy from didn't give you the permission to not even take it, but use it, and then use it for whatever it is that you decided to use it for. So I don't really know how to sugarcoat any of this, but you have to understand that you are seen, okay? No one is unaware, okay? When you spiritually attack someone, you have to assume, and I'm just saying this because I see the egos of these practitioners and the people who practice this stuff, and some of them really do think that they can bend the will of God, okay? And honestly, that could never happen, right? God has the last word, but you, as the person being attacked, you play a major role in the things that God is allowing and not allowing, okay? So you have to be willing to make sure that you are in this space of listening, right? Of listening to the creator, of tapping into the creator, of becoming aware of what it is that the creator is pointing, at for you to pay attention to. Because most of the times, those are telltale signs of the things, right? Because it's not just people, it's entities, it's energies, it's ideas, it's spirits that are in your energy. Okay? So you have to figure that a lot of this really has nothing to do with, your fears or your own perception or your own, no. All of this, and I'm speaking to people who are being attacked at this moment, all of this is about your willpower. Okay? People being able to step in and control and remove your usage, okay, and your adherence to the laws that the creator set in the universe for us to exist here, whether we are doing our jobs or not. Okay, there are laws, but when you are actively pursuing your purpose, some of those laws get a little bit more protected. You become more protected, and some of those laws become a bit more enhanced and advanced. And there's no time and space except for what you create to determine which of these laws are going to be activated to assist you, depending on what it is that the creator has you doing. And none of this, by the way, is something that we can just Google, right? We've talked about some of these downloads coming directly from, the spirit, and some of these things requiring research. And that's a whole different topic that the creator wanted us to have. But I just wanted to bring that up just, to let you guys know. And this is mainly for people who are new, right, to spirituality. You, of course, have to be careful of the information and who you're taking the information from and where you are when you take this information. But you have to be open to all different types of information as far as your spirituality goes. Okay, you can't be afraid to open yourself up to what may be there. Okay, so God is not going to allow you to be receptive to something that is not of Him unless there's a purpose. And if there's a purpose, then it is Him behind whatever it is attacking you. So you just have to trust that God is going to have your back, okay? So yeah, before we go, that was just a little bit of insight. If you can see people, they can see you in the spirit. Women on their menstrual cycles are not as vulnerable as you think, okay? And trust God, okay? If the attack is appearing to not be of God and the creator is allowing it, it's because there's a lesson, there's something there for you to learn. And then we also have the factor of time, right? That's a whole different topic. We won't even go there, okay? But yeah, if you can see someone in the spirit, you can call yourself spy. 9 times out of 10, the creator of the universe has already given them a hint of who and what and where. Alright? But I'm going to end it here. I do love y'all. I hope all is well. I hope y'all have been drinking y'all water, eating y'all fruit and vegetables, and sipping on your own tea because it is free. And I'm up out here. Alright? Love y'all. Peace.